Hello there, guys. Last week we didn't finish what we were talking about. I mean, the infectious diseases. From what I remember, we finished on the two groups of diseases. So the first one are viral diseases, which means they are caused by viruses. And examples of this, yeah, I hope that you remember. So those are cold, flu, the one that we are all talking about right now, which is named COVID-19, is also caused by a virus. We also talked about diseases that are caused by bacteria, and those are bacterial diseases. And examples are, for instance, tuberculosis or angina or some food poisonings. And guys, what we didn't do, we didn't talk about the types of diseases, and there are mostly three types of infectious diseases, and here they are, types of diseases. And guys, we have so-called airborne diseases. Po polsku to są choroby przenoszone drogą kropelkową. And guys, those diseases are transmitted in the way as this famous COVID is. So, someone is coughing, someone is sneezing, and once you cough or sneeze, tiny particles of saliva are being thrown into the air out of your throat, out of your mouth, and this is the way other person can get infected. So you inhale the air that contains some of those particles, and this way viruses and bacteria can enter your body. We also have diseases that are so-called foodborne. Po polsku to są choroby pokarmowe. And those diseases you can get infected with when you eat something that contains some pathogens. For instance, you eat some undercooked chicken or unwashed eggs, raw unwashed eggs, and then you can get infected with a very common disease, very common foodborne disease, which is salmonellosis. It's transmitted mostly via raw eggs and also raw chicken. That's why you should basically be avoiding eating foods that contain raw eggs, like ice cream, when it's really, really warm outside, because the chances are greater than that you will get infected. There is also another type of disease which are called the bloodborne diseases. Po polsku to są choroby przenoszone przez krew. And you can get infected with those when you have a direct contact with body fluids of people that are infected with something. For now, we won't be talking about what types of those diseases are, but there are some of them. This is why when you go to a hospital or you get vaccinated or whatever, you have any kind of injection, the doctor will always use a single-use syringe, strzykawka. And this is to prevent transmitting any bloodborne diseases. This is very important to get rid of them in a safe way. So all the hospitals, once they have used those syringes, they have to be packed in tightly sealed containers, and they have to be dealt with very carefully so you will not get accidentally cut or anything. And guys, this is to finish the thing that we were talking about last week. There is also one thing that we need to talk about, and this is how to prevent the diseases, how to prevent from getting infected, how to prevent the diseases. And guys, first of all, this is something that we have always been repeating constantly, and this is, of course, wash your hands. And this is in general hygiene, body hygiene. And this includes washing hands. This also includes taking care of general hygiene of the body. So by this I mean taking shower, wearing clean clothes, washing them. General body hygiene. What I also mean is to avoid contact with people that are obviously sick. So, if you are outside and somebody is standing right behind you and you can hear that they are sneezing, coughing, or anything, just avoid contact with them. Stay for a distance. Avoid contact with the sick. Uh, Guys, if it comes to prevention against foodborne diseases, then we have also uh, some other things to do, which is, first of all, before you eat anything that you have bought in the shop, it's better for you to wash it. So wash fruits, vegetables before eating. That's extremely important because you absolutely have no idea who touched them before you did. So they were in the shop, everyone could touch them, so it's better for you to avoid eating it in a raw form. As I mentioned salmonellosis before, it lives on the shells, the bacteria called salmonella lives on shells of eggs. This is why whenever you are in contact with raw eggs, you should wash your hands thoroughly and basically, even in the fridge, try to avoid raw foods from having contact with raw eggs. So, wash eggs and try to avoid eating them raw. Avoid eating raw eggs. Another item that is very common that can be the transmitter of salmonellosis, of salmonella of bacteria called salmonella, is chicken. So you should avoid eating undercooked chicken because salmonella dies at around 60-70 degrees Celsius. If something is undercooked, that means it wasn't heated up to this temperature. This is uh, why it can still contain some of the bacteria. So avoid eating undercooked meat. I'm saying meat in general because chicken is could be the transmitter of salmonella, but there are some other parasitic diseases that can be transmitted through raw meat. Guys, if it comes to those eggs, once again, ice cream contain eggs. If it's very warm outside, if it's very hot outside in the summer, and you see those freezers where people are selling ice cream directly on the street, well, try to avoid it because you never know whether the temperature inside the freezer is low enough to prevent salmonella uh, from thriving on them. So there is plenty of cases in summer where people are food poisoned by eating either ice cream or some other cakes with creams that are based on raw eggs. And guys, the very most important means of fighting with infectious diseases are vaccinations, szczepionki. This is the most effective way of fighting diseases. When you were born, you were probably, all of you were vaccinated against some of the most popular diseases. Throughout your life, you will have to have, this is for now obligatory, you will have to have vaccinations against diseases like measles, odra, or tetanus. Sorry, I made a mistake. Tetanus, tężec. Some of you can also decide to get vaccinated against flu, grypa, and many other diseases. If it comes to measles and tetanus, those vaccinations you will get once or twice in your life, and that's it. If it comes to flu, on the other hand, you have to repeat the vaccinations every single year because the virus that is causing flu mutates really quickly. That means every single season we have a slightly different version of the virus. So if you get vaccinated this year, this vaccination will probably not be functioning for the virus that will probably show up next year. And guys, right now, all the scientific world or all the pharmaceutical companies are working on vaccination against coronavirus. For now, those works aren't finished yet. Probably we will have a vaccination available, but it will take some months to wait. So for now, what you have to do is to stay at home, isolate yourself, follow all the rules of general hygiene. So washing hands, that's extremely important. General body hygiene is also important, and once again, this is washing your whole body, wearing clean clothes, but also cleaning your surroundings. So, cleaning all the rooms that you spend time in, that's extremely important, and also avoid contact with people that are obviously sick. For now, due to all those decisions that were made by the government, by the policy of isolating, there I haven't spotted any single sick person outside, which is absolutely fantastic because we can avoid many other diseases by not going out when we are sick. So keep your germs to yourself. Uh, Guys, I think that this is the clue of the last lesson. I will be uploading such videos for you to take a look at. I hope that you will uh, take a look at them. I expect you to take a look at them and reserve on Wednesdays and Fridays 45 minutes for our lessons. So this is all for now. Thank you for your attention.